Yes, I decided to go live, and no, once again, I forgot to notify people because I'm sitting over here just doing things out of nowhere. But welcome to my live. It's only Tuesday, and a lot has already happened in the beginning of this week. I was gonna wait till Wednesday, but I was like, go ahead. It doesn't hurt to go ahead and do something right now. So yeah, and I have not went over my month limit, so don't hate. Let's get it started. Y'all know how I feel about DJ Academic. I don't like this man. I just don't. He's outing women, he's outing men, he just outing everybody, he just so for some reason on this lovely Christmas season, this bitch decided to attack Saucy Santana for some random reason. What did Saucy Santana do to you? He didn't do nothing. But he decided to drag Saucy Santana. I ain't trying to drag you, Saucy Santana. I just got to get my tongue straight because, I will sit up here eating ice. This is what DJ Academic had to say. And yo, I'm low key kind of tired of you so-called quotation mark thugs attacking people in the LGBTQ community. Like, if you low key gay, just say it. God damn. We know you like men. Clearly you do. You didn't get mad at the ones who openly do so.
For you to try to say I'm not outside, because I will be. And I beg for you to try to step to me. Remember, you're a nigga. You're a nigga. I beg for you to try to say.
Now, the reason why Saucy Santana, the reason why Saucy Santana is coming at Academic because he thought it was cute to drag Young Miami for Diddy being Diddy. Okay. Diddy had a sixth child with somebody, and I guess DJ Academic with his punk ass thought it was fucking funny that this happened to Young Miami. And so Saucy Santana was like, no, bitch. No. Okay. So he mad at Saucy Santana punk him, basically.
I beg for you.
So Saucy Santana came back. This is what he had to say.
I'm on the scene, all the hoes gon' drop, phone gon' ring, what? Coins don't stop, clubbing all night, bottles gon' pop, step off in the spot, bop, 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 yeah.
And somebody said in the comment section, Santana's gonna win. Santana is gonna win. That's why this bitch ass nigga ain't gonna step out. You ain't gonna step outside with no Santana. Okay? As much as y'all want to sit up here and drag men are tougher than you bitch ass niggas who swear you tough as hell. You ain't gonna do nothing. You just step outside. Okay, let's step outside. I want to see Santana's high heel up your ass. Cause I'm sick and tired of him. I am so sick and tired of Academic's ass. Somebody need to punch the shit out of him. Said punch. Okay. You need an ass whipping. We don't need no thug shit going on, no drive-bys or nothing. Just he need his ass beat. This hand over here, DJ Akademik is a good example of a hand. Y'all know I be telling y'all, you know, hand, man, pans, and sand. He's all of them. He's a hand. He's a pan. He's definitely not a man, but he's a hand in a pan. You always you always doing stuff like this. You sit up there and you ruin Selena Powell. You always attacking people who you think ain't gonna come for you. You ain't gonna come for somebody like the game, because you know the game will pop you upside your goddamn head. You bitch. I just thought it was so bitch-like for him to be making fun of Carisha. There was nothing funny that happened to Carisha. Y'all think it's funny, but it's not. This misery loves company. Next person. Okay. So I got to go all the way back into yesterday. I want to talk about the trial that happened yesterday. Okay. So I want y'all to hear some comment Terry about this.
It's the prosecution's contention that the fights started in the car between Megan and Tory because Megan allegedly said that Tory music was no good. The prosecution also stated that individual by the name of Jawan Smith drove Tory and Megan to the party. The DA stated in the opening that Tory and Megan had an intimate relationship. This is in contrast to what Megan told Gayle King, and I thought that was very interesting.
She didn't say that. She said she did not have sexual relationship with that man, that little man. She said that. But you admit that you did have sexual relationship with a man?
That the prosecution would say that those two had a relationship, and she tells Gayle King that there was no relationship. It's the prosecution.
Big girl. All right. There's some more commentary from people in law.
Tory Lanez trial, we had opening statements. Opening statements are still actually going. We had to pause midway through for lunch. Better than TV. If you watch the prosecution's opening statement, you would say guilty. If you then watch the defense's opening statement, you would say, what the hell is the prosecution thinking, charging him? Basically, the prosecution started with this story. They said that, hey, they're all at the party, and Tory is leaving the party with Meg. They're in the car. An argument breaks out, during which Meg says and insults his skills as a rap artist. This leads to a situation where she gets out of the car and he shoots at her feet and yells, "Dance, bitch." And then she ends up at a hospital, and a doctor takes out 3 fragments of bullet wounds from her foot. Now, if you just, and the prosecution says that Kelsey, the other woman in the car, is going to testify that Tory shot Meg. And Kelsey has a text message where she texts somebody that, hey, Tory shot Meg. And then the rest of the prosecution's case is based on all these calls and texts where Tory's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so drunk. He never says that I shot him. He's like, oh, I'm just so sorry. I'm so drunk. So question what he's apologizing for. So that's the prosecution's case. Seems pretty easy. Then the defense comes up, and man, it gets spicy. First, the defense goes, they're not telling you about half of what's going on. The most important thing they're not telling you about an eyewitness who saw two women fighting, Kelsey and Meg. And so let's talk about why them two are fighting. Let's talk about how she was in the front seat. The gun was caught in the front seat. Let's talk about how she might have gunpowder. She does have gunpowder. Let's talk about how this has nothing to do with the fight between Tory and Meg and everything to do with the fight between Meg and Kelsey. And then the defense starts dropping the bombs. He basically says this, that they're in the car. Yeah, they left. But do you know why they left? They left because Kylie and Tory were in the pool together.
Oh, finally we get the Kylie Jenner part of the story because the fight started at Kylie Jenner's house. Finally. Thank you.
And Kelsey and Meg both felt some type of way about that, to the point that Meg felt really some type of way about that. And she was really trying to go, to the point that eventually, because of how Meg is acting, this is according to the defense, Kylie Jenner goes to Meg Thee Stallion and says, it's time for taking the Tory Lanez trial.
So, see what I'm saying? See, the prosecution got a good point. But Tory Lanez, they brought up the whole Kylie Jenner of it all. Like that twist. Go ahead, defendants. Go ahead. The defense team know what they doing. Because we ain't, I'm gonna drag, if any Kardashian Jenner has anything to do with the party, I'm gonna put them in there because them witches be doing witching. Okay. So
type of way about that. And she was really trying to go, to the point that eventually, because of how Meg is acting, this is according to the defense, Kylie Jenner goes to Meg Thee Stallion and says, it's time for you to leave. They all leave. The defense's point is what happens in the car is this. Tory questions Kelsey. Hey, Kelsey, why are you backing up Meg for me trying to, get it on with Kylie Jenner? Meg has been snaking men from you your whole life. I hooked up with you, Kelsey, and then Meg went behind your back and hooked up with me. And Kelsey, this is not the first time. You had been hooking up with Ben Simmons. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with Ben Simmons. You had been hooking up with the baby. Meg went behind your back and hooked up with type of way about that.
Yeah, I know the baby did come out with a song saying that him and Meg, smushed. So Ben comes out. This is what Ben had to say. Ben like, how did I get in this?
These are not accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations.
These are false accusations. He said, since when, friend, have I been sleeping with Kelsey and Meg? Since when? Since when?
Accusations. These are not accusations.
So this, oh my God, this is about to get juicy. Okay? This is going to be juicy. I can't wait. Give me a second. I can't wait to see how this ends. I think Tory's definitely, he's going to serve some form of time. It might not be jail time. He might get probation, okay, and stuff like that. And he might be advised to stay away from Meg. But this is going to be very interesting. But shout out to Tory Lanez's defense team for dragging Kylie Jenner's ass in it, because it was her fault. It was Kylie. It had nothing to do with Kelsey. It was Kylie. Okay. Oh, what else? Well, let me see what this one has to say.
Breaking the Tory Lanez trial, Meg and Kelsey has a text message where they left because Kylie and Tory were in the pool together. And Kelsey to believe that there could have been a fight here, not between Tory and Meg, but between Meg and Kelsey. And the shooting could have not been Tory. It could have been done by any one of the other people in that car. What does all of this mean? Well, I'll tell you a couple things. First, Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's husband, is going to testify, so this will continue to be must-see.
Ooh, we got some Corey Gamble in this? Corey, how did you get there?
TV. Two, the judge is terrific. I expect a very fair trial. The lawyers on the
Okay, we don't gotta hear about all that stuff. I just want to see what happened. Okay. So that is what's going on. Oh my god. So it's today. Meg Thee Stallion finally comes to court.
Day 2 of the Tory Lanez trial is underway.
So let's hear what he has to say.
It started with Meg Thee Stallion testifying. I'm going to take you through what she testified about in the morning. We're currently on lunch break. She's going to come back and complete her testimony this afternoon. It started with questions about Tory Lanez. She testified that she knew him only for a short time leading up to this incident. They were friends. She was asked, were you intimate? She said yes. She was asked, were you exclusive? She said quite happily no. Then they asked her about her relationship with Kelsey. She said that she's known Kelsey since freshman year of college. How do you know her? How would you describe the relationship? I found her answer very interesting. She said, I quote, we did everything together. They asked her, hey, how do you feel about being here today? She was struggling through the testimony. I was a little surprised at her answer. She said, I don't feel good. I can't believe I have to come do this. Not really sounding like a victim to me. She's a strong Black woman. That's the image that the jury, I think, would have gotten of her. And I expected her to say something more like, I'm here for justice. I'm here to tell my truth. That man shot me. They asked her about when they left the party and when Tory.
And now she said she don't feel good. Is it you don't feel good because you lied in that interview with Gayle King? Is that why you don't feel good, ma'am? Mm-hmm. Yeah. The bubble guts come to bubble.
Got there. So she explained day 2 of the Tory Lanez trial is underway. It started with Meg. Said initially she had gotten there with a larger group of people. Then later she asked Tory to come. By the time Tory got there, it was a lot fewer people. And then towards the end of the night, they asked her who was left. And she said it was basically just me, Tory, and Kelsey. And then we got in the pool. Then she said that when they were in the pool, her wig started getting loose. It was coming off. She felt uncomfortable, so she wanted to leave. She told Kelsey. Her and Kelsey went to the driver and said, hey, we want to leave. And this brings up the first point of contention where, according to Meg, the driver said, I won't leave without Tory. Now, obviously, Tory's team says Meg said she won't leave without Tory. And then the person actually the defense attorney asked, well, why didn't Tory want to leave? And everybody was waiting for the answer to that question because that's the whole Kylie Jenner angle. Unfortunately, the defense objected. The judge said sustained. She didn't answer the question, why didn't Tory leave? The whole situation in the car. She testified that, hey, look, we all got in the car. I got out. An argument started to break out. Basically, Tory started the argument. I was shocked when she dropped and admitted that this argument started with Tory saying that initially she had gotten there with a larger group of people. Then later she asked Tory to come. By the time Tory got there, it was a lot fewer people. And then towards the end of the night, they asked her who was left. And she said it was basically just me, Tory, and Kelsey. And then we got in the pool. Then she said that when they were in the pool, her wig started getting loose. It was coming off. She felt uncomfortable, so she wanted to leave. She told Kelsey.
Now, see, the part I don't like about this is I don't like the fact that you won't admit that you at Kylie Jenner's house. So why the hell you at Kylie Jenner's house and in her pool? And Kylie Jenner has nothing to do with this whole situation. This is where I side eye Meg Thee Stallion hard. Let's continue.
Her and Kelsey went to the driver and said, hey, we want to leave. And this brings up the first point of contention where, according to Meg, the driver said, I won't leave without Tory. Now, obviously, Tory's team says Meg said she won't leave without Tory. Okay. And then saying to Meg, hey, why are you snaking your friend like this? And basically revealing that he had hooked up with both of them, that they had been cheated on by him. And this sort of led into the whole big fight. At one point, she gets out of the car, but then she did get back in because they convinced her to get back in. And then we get to the shooting. And here, there was some shocking stuff. So here's some of the key stuff. One, Meg described that, hey, look, I got out of the car. I looked back over me, and then I saw Tory holding a gun, pointing it at me, and he shot me after he said, dance bitch. But then this is the prosecution asking the questions. And even in the prosecution asking the questions, she said stuff that makes you scratch your head, which leads you to believe that what's going to happen under cross-examination. The prosecution asked her this: where was Kelsey when Tory was doing the shooting? You know what Meg said? Meg said, I didn't see Kelsey. I only saw Tory. Question, was she in your field of vision? Because she's right there. Where was she? If you can't answer that question, that doesn't seem like it adds up, especially not in a case where the theory from the other side is that there was a struggle and that saying to Meg, hey, why are you snaking? Kelsey was the one who let off the gun. If the victim can't tell you where Kelsey is, that seems highly problematic to me. The other parts of the testimony that were a little bit confusing is they asked her, where was Tory? Was he standing on the car? Was he standing on the ground? And she said, well, he was shooting up over the window, but I don't know if he was standing on something. And they asked her, how tall is he? She said, I think he's like 5'3" or 5'4". He's taller than that, but that's not tall enough to shoot over the window of an Escalade while standing on the ground. And then they asked her, hey, was he on the passenger door, or was he on the front door or the back door? That's what she said. He's on the passenger side. And they were like, all right, well, was it the front door or the back door? She said, I don't. The other part of her testimony that I found a little confusing, it didn't mesh with what the prosecutor said in his opening. The prosecutor said in his opening that Kelsey went to where Meg was, and that after Kelsey went to where Meg was, after Meg had been shot, that Tory was approaching them. Meg's testimony today was different. Meg's testimony was not that she got shot, she went away, and then Kelsey went to where she was, and then Tory came at Kelsey was the one who let off the gun. If the victim can't...
So, okay. I don't know why they're trying to say that Kelsey let off the gun, but y'all remember that little DNA test that they did back during the summer, and they said that there was fingerprints on the gun, and that there's a possibility that the fingerprints on the gun were not male DNA. But that does not mean that Kelsey let off the gun. Meg said Tory let off the gun. I believe Tory did let off the gun, but we got to continue with this.
Two of them, no. Meg's testimony is she got shot, she went away, and then she saw Kelsey and Tory both coming to them. Again, does not add up. We finished with, why did you not tell the police the truth? And this was very interesting, whereas typically prosecutors are in the business of supporting police officers. Here, they elicited testimony where Meg said, look, I didn't tell the police the truth because this was around the time George Floyd had been shot, and I thought if I told them the truth, they were going to shoot Tory. I didn't feel safe with the police. And I thought this was kind of weird, but she said it. She said, I'm a member of the Black community, and in my community, we don't cooperate. What do I think? I think that the rest of the direct testimony is going to come out. It will be interesting. I think the defense attorney has a lot of room. Hey, what's up, bro? I think the defense attorney has a lot of room to poke holes in the story. Mm-hmm. And I think the rest of the witnesses are going to say things that the defense attorney is going to have to show that it doesn't all add two of them. No. Meg's testimony is add up. That if Kelsey was right there, how is Meg Thee Stallion going and telling you that when I turned around and I saw Tory shot me, I have no idea where Kelsey was? Add up. That if Kelsey...
Yeah. I mean, if this is what's happening in the court case, her story doesn't make any sense. Meg. Figure out what lie you gonna tell me. Oh Lord, what's that? What's that? Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah. I've been getting a lot of people following me lately. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate that. Let's go back into this, okay? All right, Halsey, what happened? Wait a minute. Say I don't have nothing in my save thing. Lord. Just acting fool now. Oh my God. Hold on. My Wi-Fi don't like me. Okay. What in the world is happening? Okay. I'll be straight up honest with you. We all knew that Meg was somehow somewhat lying. She was lying. We ain't saying she lied about the part she got shot. She obviously got an injury. But, you know, to some of us, her story just was not... Oh, my God. Whoa! No! I can't go to my thing. Give me a minute. Hold the hell on. Okay, so I can't go to my savings on my profile to talk about what's going on real quick. Hold on. Because the next thing I was going to talk, I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the Wi-Fi just went off. My tablet is acting funny. My tablet is acting funny right now. Everything is acting funny. I don't know if it's because there's going to be some winter weather on its way. Because, you know. I just know somebody okay, it comes on right here. So why does it come on right here? Hold on. I might have to turn this off and go back. Or can I? What's that? Can I share the screen with this? I mean, I know I tried and it did not work one day. Let me play some lofty music while I figure out my technical difficulties. All right, so I'm gonna show you what I see right now. This is what my save stuff's supposed to be. This is what I got. It makes it seem like I have not saved anything. Okay. This is the first time it's ever done something like this to me. So I don't know if this is because I'm charging my tablet. I don't know. Let's try this again. See, it says failure to load. So I don't know why it's failing to load my saved stuff. Um, so I guess I will have to end it right here until I figure out what to do. And so part 2 of this, until we get this together, it's of course going to be about Fizz yams. And gonna be talking about Fizz yams. Other royal experts coming out. Drake's 42 engagement rings diamond. And the roaches at the Detroit Popeyes. And we're going to talk about the mysterious case that happened at the World Cup with the reporter passing away. So with that being said, thank you guys for coming to my live. I still outie.